Hello everyone, welcome once again. My name is Logan and this is Decode Your Reality, and today we're doing one on the chemical company Monsanto, the agribusiness company actually, according to Wikipedia. I know they grow food, but I say Monsanto is a chemical company. How about you? They're known for their Roundup Ready chemical, kills weeds. Anyways, you'll notice here that I have several different modalities that I'm decoding from, one being gematria, which is the coding of words into numbers. We have several different ciphers we're using, the Chaldean and the septenary. Two of my three favorites to use. I think they're the most accurate. Of course, using the science in all this. I think in order to really decode, because all we're doing is creating alchemy, right? Turning lead into gold. We're using our words to create our reality on this fifth level of manifestation. And in order to really do that, we use alchemy. And we do it with our words. And these are the atomic weights, in case you don't know. These are the personalities of these elements. And these can be measured in a laboratory, which means that they're defined. They're not an opinion. And I think that they are very important to decode from. And I think that if you're not using these, you should be using those, because you can cross-reference and really start to unfold a story of how our reality works. So here's the gematria. Here's the three ciphers that I like to primarily use. I just, getting into all these other crazy ones, as I mentioned before, I just think that it's easy to really connect the dots using multiple ones. Try using just one or two. And now you got some serious power. I think that us as decoders, we have to build a foundation to go off of. And that way we can go a lot deeper on how this works. Because these guys, whether they know this or not, I don't know. Did Monsanto use the elements of the periodic table to create their name? Did they sit down and write out their name based upon what the Chaldean numerology says about it? I don't know. I wasn't there, but it's really interesting how these numbers all play out. And, I'm going to show you a few things that, it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's irrefutable, but, when you get into it, it's downright really interesting, to say the least. So Monsanto, it's a 3-syllable word. I think you have to do that as well. Just break these words down into syllables, because that's how they roll off your lips. So, Monsanto carries a 36, which is Krypton, the element Krypton. That's where Superman came from. You think that's the reason why they chose Krypton? I'd like to think so. In the septenary, it's the 21, which matches the world card and matches the planet Saturn. That would definitely tell us a massive story on Monsanto. And then in the English ordinal, the triple ones, the number of magic, the mirroring aspect, that may play a role as well there. And again, the science plays a role. So this is the website that I use, the Royal Society of Chemistry. I think these guys run the show when it comes to, putting out all these weights. And you'll notice that all these elements have pictures to them. And who chose these photos? Well, the Royal Society of Chemistry. I would imagine they're Masons, because they run the world, pretty much, or a group of them anyway. And, these images get really interesting when you start to look at the numbers they're associated with. So, like, for instance, Saturn's 21, it's scandium, it has an atomic weight of 44 right here, and that's really interesting. When you actually add up Monsanto in the atomic weights, the 489, you actually get the number 44. I didn't include that in this one, I'm using the Chaldean, but it's quite interesting. And then, of course, the Tarot. This is biddytarot.com. Here's all your major arcana cards. It gives you the light and the dark aspects of these, the as above, so below, the Fool, the Magician. You got to get to know these. I think that you need to decode from those. We're not doing that today, but I just wanted to throw that in there. So, actually, we're using the World card, so I take that back. But anyway, Monsanto, let's get into this now. Monsanto in the Chaldean is a 36. Again, Krypton is the 36th element, and just look at what the atomic weight is of Krypton. It's an 83.7. which it could be, as I read it, 11.7. Even if you didn't want to use these numbers in the back, it'd be the 11. Now, I look at these as though, what if you stepped on a scale and your weight was 83 pounds, 0.798? You really wouldn't use these three numbers. You'd really pay attention to just these. I'm 205 pounds, I'm 220 pounds, I'm 180 pounds. You don't say 180.5 pounds, you say 180. So These are the atomic weights, the personalities, and of course this is bismuth if you cross-reference it to the 83rd element, but this is actually an 11, which is sodium, and that's inside the Monsanto breakdown of the syllable aspect, the 16-9-11. The 16th element is sulfur. And the interesting part about sulfur, not only it being the 16th element and it being an S, but it also has an atomic weight of 32, sulfur. What else has something with the 32? Well, volcano equals 32. And what comes out of a volcano when it erupts? Sulfur dioxide. So 32 is a very important number in this. Volcano, eruption. If we were to put the tarot cards, it'd be the Tower card, which is an eruption, which is a destructive card, which is a masculine card, by the way. And then it has the 9, which is fluorine, which is an 18. And then it has the number 11, the number of magic, and it has an atomic weight of 22. And that's interesting because the 22nd element is titanium, which has an atomic weight of 47, which is an 11, which matches the 22. It's in line, the 11, the 22. It's quite interesting. I mean, wasn't there a song by Katy Perry called Titanium? Of course there was. And that's the very reason why they sang about it. This is the Fool card, the 22. So this is how they all match up, and this is really where it gets fascinating. I mean, did these guys, when they created Monsanto, which according to them was on September 26, 1901, but did they really sit down and write this stuff out and choose these words based on these numerological preferences? I don't know, but I mean, did they use these atomic weights? I mean, is this all by design from a divine source? I don't know, man, but look at the number that it comes out to. 11.09, or the 911. 32, 18, 22 equals 74.054. That's 11.09. 911. What are the odds of that equaling 911? I think it's absolutely mind-blowing. What else equals 9/11? 9/11 has a lot of destruction to it. September 11th. What happens when we have an emergency, a medical emergency, violence, killing, murders? We press 911 on the phone. It has it right here too, 9/11. It's really interesting when you break this stuff down. Monsanto in the septenary again is 21, matching that of Saturn, because Saturn has a gematria of 26 and 21. The 21st card is the World card, and for most people that know the Tarot, the World card supposedly is Saturn, the ruler of who we are, rules our bones, the 21st card. It's really interesting. Monsanto was acquired by Bear. Bear equals the number 11, again, the number of magic. Also in their logo, there's 11 leaves here. Done on purpose, of course. Number of magic. They use a lot of magic. That's what this would tell me anyway. And then 26, founded on September 26, again, matching the Saturn card. Heavy Saturn here as well. And, Saturn is Capricorn, which rules agriculture, but it's also very destructive in nature when you use it for the wrong purposes. And I think that's what Monsanto does. That's why I say they're a chemical company. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, look at where the location of Monsanto is. The headquarters, Crevcoeur, Missouri. Look at the coordinates, and this is a big one as well. Start looking at the coordinates. Even where you were born, look at your coordinates and figure those out. They tell a story. But look what it equals. It's 38 north and 90 west. Another 9/11 or 11/9, matching that 11/9 with their name broken down in atomic weights. I mean, again, what are the odds? And another standout, September 26, 1901, when we break that down, it's an 11-8-11. 11-8-11. And, the 8th level of our being is the next higher octave. We live in a 1 through 7 microcosm, as far as I know. And then the next level up, the 8th level, would be the level of the deities. 8-11. 11-8-11. Was this done on purpose? Was this actually the date, or are they just adding that in? I mean, it just so happens, it's really interesting too, is that it's 117 years ago is when this was founded. Now, I could have found this next year, it would be 118. Could have found it last year, it'd be 116. But I've been really focused on this 117, and here I am doing a presentation on Monsanto. And lo and behold, 117 years ago, that's when this company was founded. So that's all I got for today. My name is Logan. This is Decode Your Reality. Thanks for watching.